just having fun and seeing a lot of people we haven't seen in a long time. You know, this is a night of art, supporting the Met as artists and collectors ourselves, and we just want to have fun and just have that New York state of mind.
Of course, you have so many big New York records.
Would you have handled the situation at all differently?
I would have still made the same decision, but it would have been less maybe pressure or less eyes on me, like, what's she gonna do? People are saying this, and is this true, or whatever it is. I think it would have been less pressure maybe, but I do think I still would have came to the same conclusion because some boundaries were crossed that
Alicia Keys just set the internet ablaze, and not in a subtle way. She didn't just respond. She took a sledgehammer to the drama. Sources claim she outright accused Lala Anthony of secretly being engaged to her husband, Swizz Beatz, and, of course, she made sure the entire world knew about it. What started as hushed gossip in private circles quickly erupted into a full-blown scandal, with Alicia herself sparking the wildfire. But hold up, it gets even juicier. This doesn't feel like some random, impulsive rant. Oh no, it's starting to look more like a twisted chess match that's been unfolding for years. Who's really calling the shots here? Is someone purposefully igniting this chaos? Or, just maybe, Lala was playing a double game right under everyone's noses, and we all missed it? Old photos resurface, cryptic captions flood the timeline, and shady insider tea starts spilling like there's no tomorrow. And let me tell you, the pieces of this puzzle don't fit together smoothly. Word on the street is Alicia's bombshell didn't just throw Lala under the bus, no, it blew the lid off her entire marriage and inner circle, leaving it wide open for the world to pick apart. Every tweet, every story, it's all under scrutiny now. Every blog post just kept feeding the flames, turning this into an all-out inferno. The streets? They're whispering the unthinkable. Now everyone's asking, is this the truth, or are we witnessing the messiest game of smoke and mirrors to ever hit the headlines? Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment. And let's see where this wild ride takes us, because the drama's just getting started.
Both of them are married. Both of them are in high-profile, controversial relationships. Swizz is married to Alicia Keys. Y'all keep saying Alicia Keys stole that man. You can't steal nothing, okay? That don't belong to you. I just want to put that out there, okay? Carmelo has been embarrassing Lala before her body and after her body.
For the first time, an insider spilled the tea. Alicia wasn't just reacting to random gossip. Oh no, she's been quietly watching, connecting the dots, and keeping track for a lot longer than we realized. Imagine sitting back, watching cryptic captions, shady late-night link-ups, and mysterious texts that just don't add up. Then, bam, it all clicks, like the receipts were staring her in the face this whole time. But here's the real question. Did Alicia just now uncover the truth? Or has she been sitting on this bombshell for a while? Or maybe she's known all along and finally snapped, fed up with playing the perfect wife. One admirer didn't hold back, bluntly claiming that the supposed secret engagement between Swizz and Lala has been right in front of everyone's faces for years. And then came the knockout punch, Alicia herself calling it straight-up karma. She basically said, "What goes around always comes back." And the side-eye in her tone? It was so sharp, you could practically hear it cut through the air. But wait, it gets even juicier. Alicia performed Karma on stage, and fans are swearing it wasn't just a coincidence. It was a direct message aimed at someone special. That performance? It wasn't just a song, it was a dagger. Fans couldn't help but point out the irony, saying it was flawless. The same way Alicia once got him, she might just be losing him now. The comment sections went wild, with people typing things like, "Oh, the tables have turned. Let's see how the game plays out now." Folks couldn't stop pointing out the full circle energy of this mess. And just when you thought it couldn't get any juicier, here comes the twist that makes it even more scandalous. Fans started digging up the exact moment Alicia and Swizz first got together. The receipts were too raw, the energy too loud. And then, the real kicker, people started saying Lala's quiet entrance into the story hit differently, like she slipped in unnoticed. Until now, the whole narrative's been flipped upside down. Whispers turned to thunder. The drama became volcanic. And just like that, it wasn't rumors anymore. It was full-blown war on the timeline.
Bro, you know, you're not doing too bad yourself. You come through and shut it down every single time. Tell me what you both are looking forward to tonight.
Swizz suddenly found himself running a one-man crisis management operation, spinning, dodging, and covering every angle as whispers kept circling. At the time, Lala's messy split from Carmelo Anthony was still all over the blogs. And now rumors of her secret link to Swizz started flooding the feeds like wildfire. But this wasn't just empty gossip. Radio host M. Jones went on air, claiming she got a direct message, straight from someone in Swizz's own camp. Imagine that. The drama wasn't just coming from the outside. It was bubbling up right next to him. Word on the street says Lala fell hard for Swizz, but he allegedly made it crystal clear he wasn't leaving Alicia. Still, he didn't exactly act like a taken man. For her birthday, he went full-on love bomb mode, dropping a gift so outrageous it had people's jaws hitting the floor. A custom-built Maybach worth $300,000. And it wasn't some quick pickup either. It reportedly took 2 months to design and deliver. Can you picture that? A car dripping in luxury, wrapped in secrets, and screaming louder than any rumor could. And he didn't stop there. He hit the studio, remixing some of her tracks, sprinkling his sound all over her vibe. Then came the collab with rapper Marv Millie, who bizarrely called Alicia the R&B Rosa Parks while dropping bars about her artistry, passion, and legacy. Fans were left scratching their heads, wondering how Rosa Parks got dragged into this mess. Looking back, the whole cocktail of flashy gifts, love-bombing gestures, and public praise now feels less like pure devotion and more like a distraction strategy. Years later, when Alicia boldly put Lala's name into the spotlight during the engagement scandal, those extravagant moments suddenly stopped looking romantic and started looking like smoke screens, cover-ups for something brewing in the dark. By now, all those flashy gifts and distractions start looking less like love and more like cover-ups. Smoke screens everywhere. So Alicia never got a real close-up of what was brewing behind the curtain. Just when you thought this was only about Lala, boom, another twist drops. Rumor has it, Swizz may have gotten another woman pregnant. Not Alicia, not Lala, but a whole different woman altogether. And here's the kicker, she's allegedly a white girl. Fans nearly lost their minds, flooding the timelines with, wait, Swizz got a white side chick pregnant? The internet was in shambles, and Alicia's name got dragged right back into the fire. But in a scandal this messy, nothing ever stays simple. The tea just keeps stacking, layer after layer, until it's boiling over like a kettle that refuses to be taken off the stove. And honestly, that's probably why Alicia finally reached her breaking point, throwing Lala's secret engagement into the public spotlight. At this stage, there was no way to ignore the chaos anymore. The past, the gossip, and all the dirty diversions were chasing them down like shadows they couldn't shake. Speaking of the past, let's rewind, because this ain't the first time whispers linked Swizz and Lala. Way before this so-called engagement surfaced, their energy had already been clocked. The tension between them was thick enough to cut with a knife. Lingering looks, inside jokes, those two long smiles that didn't read as just friends. And don't forget, this was back when Lala was still tied to Carmelo Anthony. Folks swore Lala and Swizz had their own little bubble always. Just a few steps away from the group, lost in each other's vibe. And the streets were definitely watching. Then came the Met Gala, the night that had everybody talking. On the red carpet, Lala leaned in close, showering Swizz with non-stop praise, her energy glowing while cameras flashed. Swizz couldn't help but grin and laugh right back. And while it wasn't overtly flirty, the vibe was undeniable. Their chemistry had that spark, the kind that makes people stop mid-scroll and say, wait a second, what's going on here? The crowd might have brushed it off as playful banter, but for those watching closely, the undertone was way too intriguing to ignore. And that's why, when whispers of a secret engagement surfaced, many weren't even shocked. Some fans argued it was the natural result of years of subtle interactions building up right under everyone's nose. The energy between them wasn't born overnight. It had been simmering for years, just waiting for the right spark to finally ignite. What really raises eyebrows, though, is Lala's pattern. Every single time blogs start linking her to Swizz, another man mysteriously pops up in the frame like clockwork. First, a wealthy businessman from New York, then another shadowy figure whose name nobody could even pin down. And Lala, she never confirms, never denies, just keeps the smoke swirling while people speculate. And let's not forget, the internet's memory is selective, but never truly gone. People dug up receipts, reminding everyone that Alicia and Swizz's love story wasn't exactly picture-perfect either. Swizz officially divorced Mahonda Tavares in 2010, the very same year he and Alicia tied the knot. With timelines this messy, no one can keep track of all the twists and turns. No wonder fans say the seeds of today's chaos were planted long ago. And now, they're finally sprouting for the world to see. But here's where the whole story takes another wild turn. Because the spotlight wasn't just on Lala and Swizz anymore. It started shifting right back to Alicia. Fans began pointing out how she carried herself during all these whispers, the calm face, the quiet strength, as if she was playing a game no one else could see. The smiles, the almost too perfect composure on stage and online. To some, it looked like grace, but to others, it screamed that she already knew what was happening and was simply choosing not to play messy in public. The streets kept asking, was Alicia really unbothered? Or was she just holding her cards close, waiting for the right moment to flip the table? Meanwhile, Lala's name wouldn't leave the headlines. Every blog, every gossip site, every Twitter thread was buzzing with her name, and the drama just kept escalating. Dragged her right back into the fire. And with each resurfaced clip, like the red carpet Met Gala laughter or the Just Friends photos with Swizz, the narrative became harder to deny. People were saying this wasn't just a coincidence. This was a slow game of positioning, one that finally reached its boiling point. Swizz, on the other hand, moved like a man juggling too many masks. One moment, he's the devoted husband standing beside Alicia, and the next, he's caught in a web of secrets. Alicia at charity galas, praising her artistry and their family life. The next, he's grinning ear to ear in viral clips with Lala, or showering mysterious women with extravagant gifts that set timelines ablaze. Fans compared him to a magician, always distracting with one hand while the other was pulling off some serious mischief behind the scenes while pulling something unexpected with the other. And now, the tea kettle is whistling louder than ever. Between the secret engagement whispers, the alleged pregnancy with a third woman, and the constant swirl of rumors, the drama has reached a fever pitch. Timeline receipts stretching back over a decade, this saga feels less like random drama and more like a storm that's been gathering for years. The only question left is, when the thunder finally crashes, who's really going to get struck first? Alicia, Lala, or Swizz himself? By the time the rumors hit their peak, the internet had already split into camps. Team Alicia, Team Lala, and a smaller but loud Team Swizz, each one throwing their own spin on the scandal, turning it into a full-blown circus. Team Alicia swore she was the queen of composure, too focused on her career and family to let drama shake her crown. Team Lala argued that she was unfairly painted as the villain, a woman constantly linked to powerful men, but never given her own narrative. And then there was Team Swizz, convinced he was just a misunderstood creative who got caught in the crossfire of strong women and hungry bloggers. But the blogs weren't buying the misunderstood act. They kept digging, pulling up every dirty detail, every past mistake, and twisting it into an even juicier story. Cryptic lyrics, every throwback interview, every shady studio photo. Suddenly, people started noticing how often Swizz used words like loyalty and trust in his captions. Almost like he was writing subtext for Alicia while the drama swirled around him. Fans were quick to catch it. One viral comment read, "Man out here preaching loyalty while shopping Maybachs for side chicks." The contradictions were too loud to ignore. Meanwhile, Alicia's public moves only made things spicier, adding more fuel to the already raging fire. She doubled down on her image of spiritual growth, posting about light, healing, and inner peace. But with every inspirational post, the comment sections filled with side eyes. People were asking if she was subliminally addressing the storm in her personal life. Was she dropping wisdom or quietly shading the whole love triangle? Lala, on the other hand, kept herself booked and busy, popping up at high-profile events, smiling for the cameras, and acting completely unbothered while her name continued to trend. Lala's name trended non-stop. To some, it looked like strength. To others, it felt like a calculated move to stay in the spotlight, no matter the cost. At this point, the drama wasn't just tea anymore. It was a cultural spectacle. The whispers of betrayal, karma, and secret engagements had morphed into a storyline bigger than any reality show. And now everybody's watching the next chapter like it's their favorite series, waiting to see whose mask slips first in this ongoing chaos. This never-ending saga just keeps unraveling. Let's not forget the roots of it all. Because Ma Honda, Shondanda herself, once spoke out, admitting she had her own slip-ups, but also making it crystal clear that Alicia entered the picture while Swizz was still married. According to Shondanda, she was blindsided by the divorce and had no idea he'd be walking down the aisle with Alicia just a few months later. And yet, fast forward, we see them all smiling as one blended family, playing happy for the cameras, while the past continues to haunt them. Family. A polished public act that many fans never bought into. One fan summed it up perfectly. Swizz broke that woman's heart, then tried to Photoshop over the pain with happy family photos. He never fixed the damage, he just rebranded it. And honestly, when you line that up against what's unfolding with Lala now, it feels like history is repeating itself. The same distractions, the same games, just a different chapter in the ongoing saga. The same whispers, the same over-the-top love bombs to cover up a storm brewing in the background. And the rumors won't quit. From whispers of Swizz having a child outside the marriage to chatter about secret engagements, the chaos surrounding Alicia just keeps multiplying. At this point, even wild claims of an Alicia-Swizz divorce started floating around, shocking fans who thought their bond was unbreakable. The streets are screaming one old saying over and over, "What's done in the dark will always come to light." You lose them the same way you get them, kid. So, what do you think? Is this messy circle finally closing in, or are we just scratching the surface of an even bigger scandal? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a friend. And I'll see you on the next one, because trust me, this story is far from over.